Okay, welcome guys to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're doing a background for a phone again. Just a nice little home screen kind of add-on that you can have. So what I'm going to do to this project first and foremost is I'm going to research my phone. So let's go with this phone right here. So I've just researched my phone on Google on my other screen. And what you want to do, the primary, get my words out today. The primary reason why you want to do this is because you want the pixel sizes of the phone. So, for my phone in particular, it's 1440 with 3088 pixels. So, what I'm going to do, let's go up to the render tab to begin with. We'll switch out the Eevee to cycles. And then we're going to go ahead to the output. And what you want to look for is format, resolution, and you're working with X and Y. Just ignore the aspects. So what you want to do is go ahead and just place in the numbers for the pixels on your phone screen. So you'll see the camera that we have right here. We'll change shape as I type this in. So let's go 1440 for the first, which should be that height, and then we will go ahead and we'll type in this 3088, and this should roughly be the size of my phone screen. So if I split the atom right here, and then we go to view, we can now go viewpoint, and we can go camera. So this should be the rough size of my phone, and hopefully it's going to be the exact same size. So, what we want to do, because this is at an angle right now, we want this pointing directly down when we're doing our project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the default cube, and I'm going to get rid of the lighting. So, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a plane to this. Just one second, just making sure this is correct. Right, okay, yes. So, what you primarily want to do is let's press 7 so that we're straight up right here. We're going to go S, scale this out, and then we're going to go S again, and we're going to scale this lengthways. Now this will be the rough size of our phone screen. So what we're going to do is press view, align view, and then you want to go camera to view. So now the camera is pointing directly above our little plane that we've just made. So this is our camera right here, selected in orange. So once we've got our little plane and we click it, we'll notice if we just scale this outwards just ever so slightly, we have this box in the middle. Now that is our camera. That's what the camera can see. That's what's going to render. So what you want to do, scale this inwards just ever so slightly, and just scale this down just ever so slightly as well. So you're just outside of this camera box right here, and this will benefit you later on. So what we're going to do, first and foremost, select your canvas right here. We'll go to shading tab, and what we want to do is we want to make a new material. So we're going to click the new material right here. We automatically get Principled BSDF, and we get the material output right here. You're going to need the material output. If you delete this, you're not going to get a material. You have to remake it. So we're going to call this the background. And what we want to do, you've got different textures that you can add on here. So if we go to add and we go texture, these are all the different textures that we can have. Now in this particular one, we're going to be working with either gabor texture, or we can work with noise texture. So all the rest of the textures I will be going over in other projects as well. So if we go with the gabor texture and replace this here, totally up to you what you want to use, and we go value to base color, we'll have this nice little wave kind of pattern going on. And if we go ahead and we go into the noise, so we just type in noise texture, we can go color to base color, and this is what we'll have. So what we want to do, really, what I would like to do is use the noise texture, because we need a little bit of distortion today. So what I'm going to do, we're going to keep the noise texture right here. This will be our little distortion that's going on. We have the distortion at 7.9 just at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and scale this up a little bit, so we've got kind of a little thing going on. Just mess around with your settings. You want something roughly like this. So you can see my settings right here on the screen. Just copy what I'm doing. You can take down your roughness as well. Definitely take down your roughness. We want a nice little contrast on this too. So we're going to go add. And we're going to go colour ramp. Colour spelt the American way. So C-O-L-O-R. And then just ramp at the end. So what we want to do with this, we want to add rainbow to this. So what I'm going to do, let's make this lighter. We're going to go ahead and add red. We could go ahead and add maybe some yellow. Make them really bright and vibrant colours. We've got the orange right here. I mean, you could use the orange if you want to, but to be honest with you, let's see. I want let's go with yellow orange. So we go yellow right here. The closer you bring these colours together, the more they're going to be prominent next to each other. You see how this is quite prominent in the middle with the yellow and the orange, and if I take it away, it kind of fades off. So we need the yellow, the orange together. We're going to go red right next to that. Let's kind of pull that in just a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and just move this yellow just back just ever so slightly. I want to take away this white as well, so I'm going to go ahead and change this up for a green. Let's go ahead and put another red in there. I'm going to go ahead and just switch to green between that. So basically what you're trying to do is just kind of create this nice little contrasted piece. Try and keep somewhat of a rainbow going with it. Let's see. So we could go yellow, orange, red. We could put a purple right here. Let's switch out this for purple. Maybe just make that a little bit deeper. Yeah, yellow, orange, red, purple. Let's go with a dark blue for this one. And then, once we've got that, we can then add another one. For this one, we can go with, let's go with a light blue. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move these up a little bit. Just kind of got that nice little contrast going on. If you can get them equidistant, even better. Let's go with, so we had blue, and then we're going to go with, again, let's go yellow, but I want to copy this yellow, so we're looking at position 0.02, so if we type in point, I think it was 0.2 I said, so it should be, actually no, sorry, that's the other position. If we go on the yellow right here, what you want to do is you want to copy this number, right? So let's go back. Sorry, that's my mistake. So the hex right here that you can see at the bottom, this is a specific colour. So if you can take this, that's great. The alternative is go onto your blue right here, click the blue, click the dropper icon, and then go to the yellow at the side, and this should make the exact same yellow as you have here. So make sure you've got your yellow on that side. Let's pull the blue on that side. Let's pull this one on this side. We can mess around with the settings as well, just to kind of pull these colours out a little bit. A little bit more contrast. And then we kind of want that purple kind of just here. Nice little blue coming through. So in the end you should have something like this. I think that red is a little bit too much. I'm just going to go ahead and move that purple over. So, once you've got this, you can then start messing around with the settings. Distort it a little bit more if you wanted to. Bring it out a little bit more if you wanted to. For me personally, mine's purple. More purple than anything really. So, if you wanted to amend that purple and all the blues, you could actually put the blues together, the purples together kind of thing. Pull this red across, and we could have more orange coming into here. Or you could have a little bit more yellow if you wanted to. So it totally depends on what you'd like, colour-wise, with this. Totally up to you. Kind of reminds me of the 80s. So yeah, you could do something like this. Just kind of macho it down a little bit. It's almost like a kind of fire kind of look. So, once we've got this, what we can do is we can go back to layout. And we've got the layout right here. So we've got this nice little pattern going on. We can then go ahead and add UV sphere. Right click, shade smooth. We're going to go to the materials tab right here, new. And we're going to go ahead and change this out for glass. BSDF, principal BSDF to glass. So, take down your roughness as well. And what you'll have, oops, if we go onto this render tab right here, is a nice little kind of glass ball that goes on top. Now, obviously we don't have any lighting at the moment, so what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and add a plane. We're going to go G, bring this up. And we're going to go Shift D, move this across. We'll select both, Shift D, move this across. We'll select all of these, Shift D, move this across. And then we're just going to go ahead, move this across again, move this across again. So we've got this nice little grid going on. So take one of these pieces and we're going to go new. Change your BSDF, your principal BSDF to emission. And now we've got this nice little light going on. So when we go to render, we can now see that we've got light coming in and out of this. So light off, light on kind of thing. Go on to the next one. Go down to the drop down. Actually, first of all, name this. Put this as emission light. Click on your next square across. Go to the drop down. And you want to put all of these to emission light. Now you'll notice it gets brighter and brighter within the scene. That's okay. That's fine. We can amend that later on. So you just primarily just want to fill all these in. Emission light, emission light, emission light. It's all good. Might take you a minute. Ba, ba, ba. Come on. That one didn't mark up. Okay. So, last two. And then, what you want to do, select all of these that you've just made with box select. Go ahead and just angle it just slightly. So we can angle it just this way. Press G, bring it across. And when we go into the render tab right here, we should have a lot of light coming in. Now, amend the light, make it a little bit darker. And what we want to do is we want to get to this point where you can see the reflection of the light on the piece. So we can go ahead, press G, bring it forward. Bring it to the side just ever so slightly. Let's go ahead and just roughen the background up as well. Just lower that metallic if you've got metallic on there. So, what I'm going to do now, we're going to look at the ISO, I think. Oh, sorry, IOR. Just change the IOR a little bit. So we've got that nice little shine coming through. So you'll notice that what we've got now is this grey bit in the middle. That's the background. So it means that it's super shiny. So we're just going to go ahead, just switch out this IOR just ever so slightly. So we've got the reflection of the lighting, but then we also have the actual glass itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this so we get that nice little shadow cast just over the bottom there. So I'm just going to press G, bring this down, and we can get that nice little cast right there. So what we can do as well, we can take the, let's go for the emission. We take this emission, we can actually make it brighter. We can make this darker, whichever you'd like for your project. I think we should go roughly there. Maybe that would be the case. And I might actually turn this around as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and just select everything on this emission right here. I'm just going to go rotate, and I'm just going to rotate this round so it's facing the piece a little bit more. So we've got more of that light difference going on. Okay, so once we have this going on, what we can do is we can now amend the glass that's coming through right here. So what I'm going to do, let's go into regular mode. We're going to have water droplets on this. So I'm just going to go for 1, which is the side view. We're going to go ahead and just go to your second render tab right here. We'll go to edit mode. I'm going to go ahead and select all of the boxes at the bottom. Press your X-ray toggle. You want to go for faces. And anything that's on the bottom right here, about halfway, we're going to go ahead and go just delete. And we're going to go faces. What you want to do then, select all of your sides. So now you've selected the bottom of the ring. We're going to press F for fill. We'll go ahead, select object mode again. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down. So we're going to press G, bring it down. And you want it just sat on top. So you can see through it, but it's not quite see-through. So the next bit that we want to do, let's get rid of this X-ray toggle for a moment. Come on. I'm going to go ahead and just move this to the side so it's off center a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Shift D. We're going to scale this up. Maybe just a little bit. So press G so it's off the side of the camera. And then we're going to go Shift D, bring this forward. And maybe you could put one just at the top right here. Another one just at the top right here. And the idea is, if we just go ahead and scale this out. You can put your time and date in the middle. So you go ahead with that. Nice little blob of water kind of thing. I'm just going to go ahead and shade this down a little bit. So it looks like there's water just on that bit of the phone. Let's go ahead and scale that one down too. Or you can go ahead and scale them like downwards. Just to kind of give it that little differential of shape. If you wanted to. To be honest with you, I don't quite like these at the back, so I'm just going to remove them. If you want them, you can have them. Okay, so let's go Shift D on this one again, because this is the original. We go ahead and place one here. We go ahead and place one roughly about here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start scaling things and moving things into different perspectives. So, let's scale down a couple of these. Let's go ahead and scale down this so it kind of looks like there's little drops of water all over the phone screen right here. Press G, just bring this across. And then we can select some of these. So you want to do smaller bits in the middle and larger bits on the outside. So let's go Shift D, duplicate this out. Just make sure you don't have the background selected as well, like I did. Just double click it, it should just come off like that. So Shift D, leave them where they are. R for rotate, and we can turn this around. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take that off. I don't think it was selecting correctly. So we can do that. Press G, bring this on. Gonna go ahead again. Let's go to second run. Okay, Shift D. Keep it where it is. We got R for rotate. So go ahead and rotate them in that position. We could go Shift D again. Let's keep them where they are. R for rotate. You can put these ones here. Yeah, I completely forgot again. Oh my gosh. Absent-minded me. Right, so, for those of you who don't know the controls right here, let's go with this. So click on these, hold Shift, and then we're going to go Shift D, and keep it where it is. Rotate. Sorry, R for rotate. Come on. If it ever responds. There we go, R for rotate. Yeah, rotate those around, just get rid of that extra background that you've got there. And then you should have some nice little kind of pieces. Just on a funky phone screen. Let's go ahead, actually, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to have some that are going off just off the edge. So let's move this here, G, move this one across. Kinda put this one here. I'm going to go ahead and just select a few of these and then just re-rotate them a little bit. Just random ones. Let's go with that. Let's go Shift D. Keep it where it is. R for rotate. Oops. Let's do that again. R for rotating. You want it on the Z axis. Let's go G. Bring that up. Let's make sure nothing is touching anything else. So there's no objects in the way of anyone else. So yeah, that is the phone screen. In a nutshell. I mean, you guys can add some more stuff to it if you'd like. Just going to go ahead and make that a big one. Just on that side. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed the tutorial, please like, subscribe, all of that jazz. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.